Today we are going to be ranking AFL commentators. Jay and I, we love our AFL commentary. It's one of the things we love the most about the AFL, but we do feel it has gone a little downhill, I think.
100%. Ever since Dennis and Bruce retired, it just hasn't been the same, in my opinion. I think we share that same opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a few good ones left, but they're pretty scarce now.
Yeah.
We'll show you which ones we think are the best ones still left in the game at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully there's some young buck that's coming through that just takes over and has that same effect as Bruce and Dennis did for years.
So we're going to be on Tier Maker, just the perfect ranking source, and yeah, we're going to be ranking every AFL commentator, past and present, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Kicking things off, we have got Mark Ricciuto, who is very
biased.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, mid is the correct adjective for him. I think decent.
Yeah, he's not terrible.
Yeah, I don't think he's lowest here, but
decent.
Yeah.
Next up, Abby Holmes. She's alright.
She's gotten better as the years have gone on, and she's gotten more confident in front of the camera.
Probably
solid.
Yeah, bottom of solid.
Yeah,
I reckon.
we'll put her in solid for now.
Andy
Marr. I like Andy Marr.
You say if you want, because I don't.
I listened to him on SEN. I think he's a good bloke. Saw him on How Good Is Golf, that golf show on Foxtel. Hit a hole in one. That was pretty entertaining. We'll put him in solid.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can't put him in.
I reckon move Abby Holmes down and above Mark Ricciuto.
Yeah.
The next one's really good. Anthony Hudson started off on Channel 10 and moved his way over to Fox Footy in 2012, and he's one of the most well-known commentators in the AFL.
Frawley, Stevens waiting for Bontempelli, found a way out. That is an unbelievable effort from Bontempelli. If that doesn't get you off the couch at home, nothing will. What a goal!
He's commentated on many video games and is just an iconic voice. You have to put him in one of the top two. What do you reckon? Goat?
He's my favourite AFL commentator in the game right now.
Alright, yeah. Put him in goat.
So, yeah, goat. I think he has some iconic one-liners, iconic voice, like you said. It's good to listen to. He's not repetitive like some of the other commentators. And yeah, he has that creative side to him, so I think he deserves GOAT.
Basil Zemo now. He commentated one game last year. People just forgot about him really, but in that one game it brought back a bit of nostalgia, you know, but let's be honest, he's not the best commentator.
No,
But he's a little overhated, I think. A little bit.
I think he's a little overhated. He gets more hate than other commentators that I think deserve hate, to use the word hate, but like a bit more negative comments about them, but below average or decent.
I'd put him decent. Yeah.
Decent for sure.
Brad Johnson, you've met him.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. I mean, I was quite little when I met him, but Mum and Dad said he was a really nice bloke. You can see that in his personality that comes through the television. He is always smiling. He's a pretty positive person.
Yeah.
And I think his knowledge of the game goes understated as well. I listen to him a fair bit on SEN when he comes on there, and yeah, I think, you know, he gets overlooked in that sense. I'd put him in solid above Andy Marr.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Brian Taylor, look, he's fallen off the rails a bit, BT. I don't know if it's early onset dementia or what. Sorry. But he just seems to get worse and worse every year. He forgets the players' names more. He doesn't put enough passion in it as he used to when he used to do Saturday nights. And as soon as he went to Friday nights, he just toned it down a little bit. He used to go off, just shout random things, and it was just iconic. He actually started off on Fox Footy, I believe, but he's on 7 currently on the Friday nights, and he's probably still one of 7's best commentators. So I think just because of how iconic he is, we have to put him in probably fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic. BT 2014. Probably pushing for GOAT category.
I'm sure he's got that in the trick bag, Paddy.
Ryder, the bear bender! That's one of the biggest benders I've ever seen in my life!
That 2014 prelim when he's going off.
2014 prelim, the first elimination. Well, I don't know if it was the first elimination or second elimination final, but North v Essendon. Brownie.
John O'Brien.
Lego
head. Right, the line's lower than mine.
Box head.
Nah, he's... I love Brown.
I like him, I honestly like him. He's... I don't know. He's just... It's like he's made for it. He's just an AFL player. When you think of an AFL player, you think Jonathan Brown. So he just deserves to be a commentator. Look, it's hard. It's hard to. I reckon for me personally, I would have him just under Brad Johnson.
Yeah.
Still really like him a lot. Like, I feel like all these commentators, even in solid, are going to be like, we really like them still. There's not much that separates like them with like fantastic, and it is hard to compare like special commentators to actual commentators.
Next up, I don't know if Jay's going to agree, but he's my favourite commentator ever.
To full forward, Clyde, not quite, Blair, Collingwood, back in front.
Bruce McAvaney, how could you not love the man? His voice is just made for football, made for commentary, and the passion, his lines.
Yeah, let's
it's
not even.
Perfect.
Let's just,
Are we funny?
Sorry, that was disrespectful.
Yes.
Yeah, and to be honest, like, he'd probably nearly be my favourite all time too, just because saw a bit more of him. Like, Dennis retired 2016, saw Bruce up until 2020. Yeah, he's just exactly iconic voice, probably the best voice I reckon out of any commentator. When he's going off, you just can't beat it.
He was a bit biased at times.
Shields goes down the line. Oh, I hope this stays in. It does. Keep going. Oh, yes. Now it gets really interesting. 2 bounces. He'll caress it down someone's throat, and he does. And they've got 6. Yep, 6.
But his passion is what made him so good. Just like, just for football overall, like star players, he just loved them. Like, probably got sounded a bit weird, like he loved them maybe a little bit too much, but that was one of his strengths.
Hamish McLaughlin, he's gotten better. I think he started in 2012 on the Saturday Arvos with Basil. Now he does a fair few finals, which is good to see. He's alongside Luke Darcy. a lot, and he's pretty good. He has some good one-liners. His voice is pretty good for it.
Yep.
I think he could go solid or fantastic. It's up to you what you think of him.
Look, my opinion is, we'll get to this later, but I think he should be the main commentator with BT.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think he's gotten really good. Has a lot of passion. Not as repetitive as some of the other commentators. And yeah, so I don't know. I think below BT, but I still think fantastic for now.
Dennis Cometti, probably the most well-known commentator of all time in the AFL, whether you grew up in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, or the 2010s, you'll know this man for his voice alone. Not only the AFL he commentated AFL video games as well, a lot of them. And he's so witty, he's just amazing. You'd have to put him in GOAT. I'm not sure where yet we're going to put him. What do you reckon?
I don't know. It's tough. Like, my mind's just going to, they've done it again, the Cats. And it's making me want to put him at top of GOAT.
We want to freshen up here. This for the game then. Kicker's on the way. Siren's gone. They've done it again. They've done it again, the Cats. How about that? The Cat is still on the back.
Oh, like a librarian.
Alright, I'm happy to put Bruce first. Just because we saw him for longer. But I'd be more than happy for someone to disagree with us.
Yeah.
Those two are interchangeable.
Now next up, one of my favourites, Dwayne Russell. And not only is he a great AFL commentator, he's a great bloke. I was lucky enough to get a photo with him last year, and I think his commentary, like his one-liners, are just so creative, and probably currently the most creative in the AFL.
DeConing about to pounce. Blue's on fire at the moment, and Krebs, little shrug off. Hanging off him like a cape at the moment, and the blue Superman goes long. There's no kryptonite for Krebs tonight.
Things like SPP, OMG, they're just so creative and just quick on the spot to think of it. You got to put him top of fantastic, above BT. Eddie Maguire's next. Now, Eddie Maguire, 2021, I think the end of that, he stopped commentating. And look, Eddie Maguire was pretty good. His passion was awesome for the game. His lines weren't the most creative, but passion was huge, and you need that for a good commentator. I think he could go either top of solid or bottom of fantastic. You agree?
Yeah, I agree. He did a bit of everything. So I think he definitely deserved. I reckon top of solid for now.
I love that goal that Mav Weller kicked. It's crazy.
Yeah, just super passionate.
From defensive 50, they have to take some risks. It came into the centre of the ground. Mav Weller just puts the burners on and can go all the way. 2 bounces from 50 metres out. Mav Weller is magnificent. He kicks the goal. Can you believe it?
Gary Lyon. I don't know about him.
Me neither. Oh, actually, this is what I was trying to think of. So one time, our pa, who's been on the channel before, rang up the radio to tell, I believe it was SEM, to tell them a story about how my team, we won a game and every single player on the team kicked a goal in that game. And he just rang up, thought it'd be like a good thing to share on the radio. And apparently Gary Lyon was like sort of rude about it to him. Like didn't really think it was that cool. So, so even if you didn't think it was that good, he could have just, said, oh yeah, that's alright, but yeah, apparently he was a bit of a flog about it, so for that reason,
Below average.
Jared
Healy now. I don't mind Jared Healy. I used to think he was always a miserable commentator, but he's actually seems to be an alright bloke.
Yeah.
A bit OG now too, I reckon. So
yeah.
I'm happy to put him in solid. I think his work on the couch is good. And yeah, he says some good things as well. Not biased towards anyone really. Yeah, I'm happy.
There,
yeah,
above
I
chompers.
reckon above chompers.
Yeah.
James Brayshaw. Now, if we're talking about Triple M, James Brayshaw, he could be up there, but if we're talking about Channel 7, he's near the bottom. He is just...
Yeah. Sorry, but if he's happy to return to his Triple M form, then I'm more than happy to hear that. But
Tip right, Milne.
But this new version of JB, I'm sorry, get him off. Get him off Channel 7 altogether. Just keep him on the radio. He is one of the most repetitive, boring, unenthusiastic commentators in the game right now. Yeah. And I can't believe that he is the co-partner of BT and commentating the grannies and all the blockbuster matches, the Friday nights. He doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve it. Seems like he has no passion at the moment. The amount of times he says bang after a goal.
Oh, he bends it through.
Yeah. It's like we know he bends it through. Say something a bit different.
Yeah, look, Hamish McLaughlin was commentating on Channel 7 6 years before James Brayshaw rocked up. So why don't you give Hamish McLaughlin the Friday night?
Yeah, I'd much rather him there.
For that reason... Wait. Yeah.
And that's it. We're putting him below Basil. I think everyone, one of the more famous commentators, I think. Yeah, let's not even mess around.
I don't hate Carrie Underwood. I think she would be a nice person.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're talking pure on their commentary with her, especially. Yeah. A few famous lines, but for the wrong reasons.
Everything they turn touches to dust. Yeah.
Everything they turn touches to dust at the moment, the Dockers.
Oh, God.
That right there just tells you why she has to be on the bottom of this.
Yeah.
David King.
Look, David King, I have mixed feelings about him.
Yeah, he says
I love
stuff.
him 1 minute and don't like him the next.
He made a really bad call the other day saying that Nick Dacos could win the Brownlow every year he played. Like, that is just ridiculous.
Yeah, he says some silly things, but he is a really smart man. I think he reminds me of, like, Kanye West or something. Like, super smart, but then that can be, like, his own detriment sometimes.
Be like Stephen A. Smith, who
Yeah.
does NBA journalism.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. And 1 minute he can be like loving Geelong, and then the next he can be like,
what was it
not
that
loving
last year?
Yeah.
He's like Geelong so bad when they went 0-3 and then they win 5 in a row, and he says the Cats are going to win the flag again.
Yeah.
Just make up your mind,
I know.
mate. But he's pretty iconic. Been around for at least 10 years. Yeah, with Jono, I reckon.
Yeah.
They do a bit of work together on Fox Footy.
Yeah.
Lee Matthews doesn't commentate as much anymore, but when he does, boy, does it bring back some nostalgia.
It's just look at even that photo, like just look at the man, one of the GOAT AFL players.
Kicked nearly 1,000 goals.
Yeah, just iconic is the word, so I think he has to go in fantastic.
Yeah.
Bottom.
Yeah. Oh, nah.
Nah. Above. As far as...
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like we're always going to have a bias towards game callers.
Yeah.
But he's top tier for special comments.
This next bloke is as much as a top tier for special comments, but he brings back nostalgia too.
Look, I don't know, because I'm a Geelong supporter, I have a soft spot for Lingy. Just look at that face, like, you can't hate it. Some would say the twin of Ronald McDonald, but I don't know, he might say the obvious time to time, but
he says some actually smart stuff sometimes.
I think it goes unnoticed when he says something smart, but then like people just gravitate to all the other stuff he says.
Yeah. I think we need to put Jared Healy up a couple and we down. Yeah, there.
There?
Yeah, that's good. Maybe Jared Healy above Andy Marr. Luke Darcy next.
I know where I'm putting him.
Love him.
Actually, I think I said before, I think Hamish should replace JB. I actually think Luke Darcy should replace JB.
You're right. I think BT and Luke Darcy do have a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for, I think this is their 13th year, both on 7. They were on 7 for quite some time on the Saturday nights, and it just worked so well. Luke Darcy, so passionate. He's not the most creative commentator, but his passion alone is just awesome.
Yeah.
He has a great voice for
Good
commentary.
voice.
Hibbert bends it back. They need a Mark Melvin. Hunt flies. Pedersen couldn't grab it. McDonald tackled. Can he get boot the ball? Oh, he's done it to McDonald. You genius.
Mark Howard.
Made a bit of a comeback. He did a bit on Channel 10. Bit of boundary side commentary. Now he does main commentary. Does the cricket as well.
Yeah, that's the cricket.
Pretty good voice.
Yeah.
A little bit uncreative sometimes.
I know, I just think of him and Big Bash. Like,
Yeah.
I can't really picture him in like the football environment, but yeah, he's alright. He's alright.
His commentary for that Mitch Duncan barrel after the siren from 60 out on the boundary line is perfectly summed up. Just the voice cracking all, just putting all of his passion into that goal.
Duncan to really line up Cadinia Park. He's onto it. Has it got the legs? I reckon it has. What a quarter of football by the Cats. They're going for the review. Just call the goal and call it now.
I think solid. Fits him well, maybe just under David King, around that area. You agree, or would you put him a bit lower? Out there,
Yeah, maybe there. Yeah.
Next up, Quarters, Stephen Quartermain. His prime was through the 2000s on Channel 10, and Leo Barrier-Star.
One of the best.
Cox throws it onto the left. One last roll of the dice for the Eagles. Leo Barrier-Star. Bob Murray reincarnate. The longest premiership drought in football history is over. For the first time in 72 years, the Swans are champions of the AFL.
One of the best.
He's got it going fantastic, I reckon. Maybe just under BT. A lot of passion, had some great lines. Him and Hutto together in those grannies in the 2000s, especially Sydney and West Coast grannies. Just awesome. The Geelong Saints grand final, insane. But from 80 metres, even though it wasn't 80 metres, he just put so much passion in it, and that's what you love the most. Ricciuto next. He's been doing it for quite some time now. he was a little bit biased towards Richmond, but his voice is awesome. Says some pretty good things.
Yeah.
You'd be wrong not to put him in near the top of solid, I think, or maybe even
bottom fantastic. Yeah.
Robert Wall was just an angry commentator. One time he went off at Brent Thornton.
It is against Thornton. It is against Thornton, and he is just so stupid the way that he can play this game at times. It is just ridiculous. How many times does he lose his cool and hurt his side?
I don't remember him too much. He did Channel 10, but pretty iconic voice, alongside Quarters, of course. Solid, probably again. I know we have a lot in Solid.
Who can Solid on, maybe?
He did say some good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'd put him above Alistair Lynch and Lingy. Yeah, there's good. Sandy Roberts, he was pretty good. His voice is pretty good. One of my favourite lines from him is, "What more can you say?"
Yeah.
Ball to ground once, and he runs his full distance as Burke leaves the ground. Ablett couldn't take the mark. Oh, he's a light, Gary Ablett. Look at this. Here is the magician at work. He shoots towards goal. What more can you say?
There's a pick at full forward.
Yeah.
A few iconic ones. I just want to say something. For the 1997 grand final, the lineup for the granny was insane. Dennis Cometti, Bruce McAvaney, and Sandy Roberts all commentating.
Wow.
I think you have to put him in Solid just for the longevity. I think he stopped about 2018. Maybe just above Eddie Maguire.
Yeah.
We have Tim Lane. He did a few grannies in the 2000s alongside Stephen Quartermain and Anthony Hudson. He was pretty good. I can't think of any lines off the top of my head right now. But yeah, good passion, pretty iconic voice. I think we have to go Solid again. I really do. Be harsh
again.
Not to. Maybe just under Eddie Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wayne Carey. Does he still commentate?
I can't remember.
I
Honestly
haven't heard
can't.
him
Like,
for
I can't remember the last game he commented.
Yeah. For Wayne Carey, a bit like David King, says some good things, says some bad things. And he's got a pretty iconic voice.
Yeah.
Like 2015, 2016 was probably his peak. I think just under David King, maybe. A lot of people hate him. I think he gets overhated.
Yeah.
But we're going to switch a few things around and...
I think maybe drop Wingy to there.
I think drop Jordan Lewis to below average.
Yeah.
Drop Daisy Pearce.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Decent.
For who?
Alistair.
Oh, yeah, decent. Yeah, for sure. I don't know why we put him in Solid, actually.
Yeah. Above Lingy?
Nah,
I reckon
Lingy,
switch that around, to be honest. Even...
Nah,
leave it at that, yeah, because I just feel like we've seen more of him. I feel like he's been doing Foxwood
Alright.
with that.
That was our AFL commentators ranking going into 2024. Yeah, great video to make. About time we made it.
Yeah.
Give us your guys' thoughts in the comments below.
Yeah, tell us what you agree with, what you don't agree with. We're happy to hear some instructive criticism.
Yeah.
Sorry, constructive criticism. As well as some positive feedback as well. So yeah, I'm sure you agree with some of this, disagree with other parts of it, but this is just our personal opinion. it's been a long journey of watching AFL and forming these opinions of commentators. And yeah, like Reid said at the beginning of the video, we are really passionate about commentators. I think they really depict almost your feelings towards matches. And just like also how often you want to review matches and your retention of iconic moments in matches. You just pair it up with a piece of commentary and it makes you think back to it. So yeah,
absolutely. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we can get some more good videos like this out to you soon. Cheers.